Hello friends, and welcome to Webronaq. Here is a question worth sitting with. When you open a brand new C++ project in Visual Studio 2026 today, the very first thing the IDE assumes is that you are writing C++20 code. Microsoft made C++20 the default standard for all new projects when Visual Studio 2026 launched in November 2025. And C++26, the newest revision of the language, shipped from the ISO committee this past March. At the center of both of those milestones is one concept: the class. In this video, you are going to learn exactly what a class is, what an object is, and why every serious C++ codebase is built from them. Let us start from the very beginning. Before we can understand classes, we need to understand what the compiler already knows about. Types like int, double, and bool are built into the language. When you write int score, the compiler knows exactly how much memory to reserve, what operations are allowed, and how to display the result. These are called built-in types. They are fixed, single value, and fully understood by the compiler. But now ask yourself a harder question. What if you need to represent a bank account with a balance, an owner, and the ability to make deposits? Or a game character with health points, a name, and movement? A single int cannot hold all of that. This is precisely the gap that classes fill, and that is what we are exploring next. Alright, here is where things get interesting. A class is a user-defined data type. You design it yourself, and it can hold multiple pieces of data and behavior all in one place. Look at this car class. Inside it, we have two data members: brand, which holds the car's name, and speed, which holds how fast it is going. We also have a member function called accelerate. It takes an integer called amount and adds it to speed. Notice line 6. Speed is assigned speed plus amount. So if speed starts at 0 and we call accelerate with 30, speed becomes 30. The key idea is that this class is a blueprint. It describes what every car looks like and what every car can do. But right now, no actual car exists yet. That is what objects are for, and that is exactly where we are headed. Now let us bring the blueprint to life. An object is one specific instance of a class. Think of it exactly like declaring a variable. Just as int score creates one integer in memory, writing car mycar creates one car object in memory. Then we set its data. mycar.brand equals Toyota, mycar.speed equals 0. When we call mycar.accelerate with 50, that function runs and sets speed to 50. That is one object. But here is the power. You can create as many objects as you want from the same class. My car, race car, old car. All are car objects. Each one has its own brand and its own speed, completely independent of the others. One blueprint, unlimited real things. That is the object-oriented model, and it maps naturally to how we think about the real world. Here is how central classes are to C++ right now, in June 2026. Microsoft's MSVC Build Tools Preview version 14.52, updated this month, is actively shipping fixes for class member handling, including constable improvements and C++20 conformance fixes. The fact that compiler engineers are still refining class behavior at this level tells you how foundational the concept is. And then there is C++26, which WG21 finalized in London this past March. Its headline feature is static reflection, using the new double caret operator. With reflection, you can write code that inspects a class's own members at compile time. You pass a class name to the reflection operator, and the standard library gives you a list of its members to work with, all at compile time, no runtime overhead. That feature is built directly on top of the class concept you just learned. Classes are not a beginner toy. They are the language's core unit of design. Alright, let us bring it all together. An int gives you one value with fixed behavior baked in by the compiler. A class gives you a custom type that you design. It bundles data members like brand and speed together, with member functions like accelerate, all inside a single, self-contained blueprint. From that blueprint, you stamp out as many objects as you need, each with its own independent state. Every major C++ codebase you have heard of, from Unreal Engine to Chrome to MySQL, is built from objects of classes. That is the mental model to take away. A class is a blueprint. An object is a real thing made from it. And together, they let you model anything in software. Thanks for watching. If this helped, hit subscribe, and we will see you in the next one, on Webronaq.